Hello and welcome to Daily Activity Challenge number 28. And today's one is going to be different because we are going to do it over a prolonged period of time. But we're going to learn about what we're going to do today. So this activity challenge has stepping, step-ups and biking. So let's get straight into it with the first video. Okay, so a little bit of inspiration now. Just want to remind you, the things that you saw in that video, I'm not expecting you to do. I think some of those things are very dangerous, so please do not do them. Okay, but at least it's a little bit of inspiration to see what some Olympic athletes have done to keep themselves busy while they are at home. So let's move on to the challenges that we're going to do today. We have 3 challenges, and you can choose to do 1, 2, 3, or any amount that you want. You can choose to just do 1, which might be step a marathon. You might choose to do Mount Everest, step up Mount Everest, or you might want to bike a stage of the Tour de France or do every single one. It's completely up to you. So challenge number 1 is step a marathon. Now I'm going to put another video on now, and this video will give you an opportunity to see what other people have done with a marathon. So let's do it.
Put a smile on your face.
Yes, or make you feel bad about sitting on the couch for the last few weeks, right? So if you've been sitting around wondering how to stay active while you're staying at home, you could probably learn a thing or two from some Olympic hopefuls and a few weekend warriors as well. NBC's Molly Hunter is in London with this one. Hey, Molly.
Hey, Craig. I mean, I thought I was a weekend warrior. This puts all of us who've been sitting on the couch to shame. Some people are making it work. Some lucky enough to have outdoor space. But some, Craig, are making it work and doing some serious good.
It's a feeling we can all relate to.
It's just been a very long week at home on my own with everything that's going on at the moment while we're all in lockdown.
And we're all coming up with different solutions. Climbing walls, literally. Swimming laps, sort of, in a kiddie pool. Working out that anxiety and getting exercise on YouTube, on the balcony, or in our gardens, no matter how small. James Campbell, a former competitive javelin thrower who hates running, tweeted, 10,000 retweets and I'll run a marathon in my back garden. It's about 6 meters long. That's about 20 feet, and the retweets came rolling in. And so did the donations, all for the UK healthcare system.
As soon as it gained momentum, I was like, if I'm going to do something like this, then it's got to be for a good cause.
He ran it in dizzying circles on his 32nd birthday, April 1st. Live streaming all 5 hours and 5 minutes of it, spectators tuning in from around the world.
James Campbell is absolutely smashing this in his back garden.
Well, I think people are captivated by, the inspiration, the hope, and a chance to come together to kind of cheer on something good. Feels good right now.
There's not much positive news around at the moment, and it take people's mind off of it for a day and give them a bit of a laugh and a bit of entertainment, and that's job done.
And James isn't alone. French runner Alicia Nakamovitz also ran a marathon.
Ça va, tranquille le confinement?
His 37th, if it counts, on his 23-foot balcony, nearly doubling his normal 3.5-hour pace. Also live streaming.
Strangers from around the world and then medical staff started sending you messages of encouragement.
Yes, of course, it was incredible. I received so many messages from the medical staff. The message was, stay at home, please.
And if he can do it, well, so can we.
Even if we are at home alone, but we can be together also.
Go on, James.
James and Alicia both grateful for all the love coming back their way.
Now, so much love. They've been receiving messages from all over the world. James has raised more than $30,000 for frontline healthcare workers here in the UK, and they've sparked a movement. The biggest goal, though, guys, bringing people together, and that's something we can all cheer for.
Yes,
guys.
we can. I'd say he's done it.
Okay, that was insane.
Yes. I did a few miles a few days ago. I felt good about that. That guy? Wow.
All right, so he taught us no excuses.
So there was two people that did a marathon in their own way. Now we're going to step a marathon, and a marathon is 26.2 miles long. The average fourth grader, if they were to do a marathon, would step around 65,000 steps over the course of a marathon. For all the different challenges, I have created different score sheets, and you can find them in the notes underneath this video. If we have a look at the score sheet that we have here, every square that you see on this score sheet represents 100 steps. You need to place a dot in the squares when you have completed that amount. Now you might count in your head, you might use a Fitbit or a pedometer that works at counting your steps, or you might have a phone that also counts those steps. And what you do is that every time you do 100 steps, you would fill in the spots like this. So if I did 500 steps like a book, I would read across or color across over here. Now that was just 500. If I was to fill out all of these, then maybe I could put a line across as well. And then if I read the book across from left to right. Then I get to here. This is 1 mile, and I know that I've completed 1 mile. What I've done is that I've done them in different colors so you can track your progress and you can make it easy to track it. So you would just keep going across with your dots or your lines. It's completely up to you how you use this. And then you get all the way to the end, which is down here. Remember that every great journey begins with a first step. If you're not too sure about challenge 1, then we've got challenge 2 for you, and that is stepping up Mount Everest. Let's have a look at a video that might give you some inspiration and some ways in which other people have done Mount Everest.
It's about 246 times, I know I said. I wanted to do something where people wanted to be involved in something that was a stay-at-home activity. I thought I'd set up a group that would do over 5 days the Everest Base Camp trek. The trek that a lot of people know, and the elevation on it is fairly accessible in that you can do the height that you would have to do each day before breakfast if you kind of wake up early enough. I put together a group by shouting out on Instagram, asking if anyone wanted to join me. 30 people replied saying they wanted to get involved, and we all each day did the height they would have to do on our stairs, our steps, ladders. Some people only had 1 step, so they were doing quite a lot of steps on just 1 step.
I really felt I needed to do something. And that sort of a couple of days later, I live in quite a tall Georgian house, and took a cup of tea up to my wife in bed, and I said, by the time this lockdown's over, we've got to feel like I've climbed Everest. And the 2 ideas just suddenly sparked that might be a good way of raising money, raising awareness of what's a really important charity. Sort of woke up on Tuesday morning thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to actually do this now.
So there were 2 people there that did Mount Everest in their house using steps, and Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, and it is 29,029 feet in elevation. That is really high. The average step rise in your house is about 7 inches. So with a little bit of calculation, that equates to 49,764 steps that you have to go up. Mount Everest record sheet is here. This is the record sheet that you can see, that you can download, that is in the notes, and at the bottom here you will see that would be the start point. Every square represents 100 steps or step ups. You need to start at this base right at the bottom here where I'm circling. You place a dot in the squares when you have completed that amount. So if I completed 5, I would place 5 dots in. And then I would continue this way. And then I would zigzag around doing every single one. Because when you go up a mountain, that's what you normally do, is you zigzag up the mountain. You don't have to complete it all in one day or even a week. The main thing is that you build on it and you're stepping up and making sure that you're safe while you do it. Don't forget that the hills are alive with the sound of stepping. Now the final challenge, challenge number 3, is bike the Tour de France. We're going to see someone who's trying to do that right now in this next video.
Right, day 2, we just kicked off. Gonna try and get another 45 in today. Let's go. Le Tour de Flat. Woo! You're right. It's day 9 of the Tour de Flat. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, we are going to break the 500k barrier today. So
Let's go.
Hi there, it's day 12 of the Tour de Flat. We're about 650 kilometres of the 3,500 kilometres of the Tour de France.
So, in his own flat, his apartment, he was doing the Tour de France. And I'm not sure how far he's got, but let's have a look at how we can do the Tour de France. Well, first of all, we need to know what the Tour de France is. It is a 21 stage competition over 23 days. And it is 2,200 miles long. That's really far. Your challenge is to ride one of those stages. The average length of a stage of the tour is 105 miles. So that's the average. So onto the record sheet. This is a map of France. The yellow is the map of France. And inside there you'll see some dots. Every circle or every dot represents 1 mile, and there's 105 circles in or on the map. And that is actually the route of the 2020 Tour de France. You need to start in the city of Nice, right at the bottom here, and you need to check a mark for each mile that you travel. Now, you can travel doing it by, when you travel, you can do it with your parents or your guardians, and what they can do is that they can track how far you have traveled. You can do that on Google Maps as well. You're able to do that by recording the amount of miles. Let's just say that I traveled 4 miles down the Capital Crescent Trail today. So I'm just gonna check these off. 4 miles. Now, if I was to continue, I'll show you where I would be going. Let's choose a nice color. So if I was going to be doing the tour, I would be doing this kind of route. This is the route of the Tour de France, and you'll see that there are 5 dots that are of the same color. That is because there's 21 separate routes that I've put on here. Okay, as we go around, it's kind of snaking around, goes through many places of France, and you'll see at the end this circle here where we're in Paris. You need to complete these 4. This is the polka dot, the green jersey, the white jersey, and the one that everybody wants, which is the yellow jersey. Okay, so that's your challenge. That's what you've got to do. Go for it. So those are the 3 challenges, and those challenges and the score sheets will be in the notes underneath the video, and you can always link to them, download and use them. It's really important that you can record what you're doing as you're going along. But let's finish with something that is very important. We need to always be safe when we're doing these activities. We want to make sure that we're walking in a space that is clear and that we are not going to hurt ourselves or anybody else. We also need to make sure that if we are stepping up, that we're stepping down correctly and we're being safe while stepping up and stepping down on stairs. And if we're on a bike, we need to wear a helmet, and we need to go with people who are going to look after us. We don't just do it on our own. We need to always get permission to do these things. I don't want you to do it and then start doing it and get injured because you didn't do it correctly. It's very important that we stay safe and get permission. So, thumbs up if you understand. Good job. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what I did today and give you a little bit of a boost to show you what you can do when you start these challenges. So we're going to finish with the next video. I wanted to say well done today. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.
Boo! boo, boo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 doo, doo, boo, boo, doo, boo, doo, doo. Ah! Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle race. Ding, ding, bring, 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 bring. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. Ba-da-doo, 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 ba-da-doo. Bam. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my